What it takes to turn your life upside down, reset the way you start your day, and feel amazing. Hi, my name is Antonella, and today I will give you 5 ideas to incorporate in your daily life. They will help you feel happier, less stressed, and more productive. Let's start. First of all, let's admit, general self-care, even though it's quite important, is not always on our priority list. But what if taking better care of ourselves would actually improve our overall quality of life? Research has proven how our mental well-being directly impacts on all aspects of our lives, from sex to work, from enjoying your free time to making the most of your working hours. So let's see how to make our days a better place to be. Number 1. No screen allowed in the bedroom. Waking up by silencing the alarm on your phone means that the first thing you touch in the morning is your smart device. And from there, it's a downward path to scrolling something, checking a notification, and overall just disrupt the first awakening moments when your brain is still starting to fire up its neurons. Replace your alarm with an old digital style clock, and when you wake up, give yourself time to start the day with the right foot. No matter what the notification or your phone will be, you get to choose how to feel without outside input coming your way. Hundreds of psychological studies have proven we only have a definite quantity of willpower. If the first things we give our brain to deal with in the morning is what to scroll for next, we are not really helping it. Besides, if in the morning the phone is out of the bedroom, maybe it means in the evening you had enjoyed a nice reading, or maybe some adult fun time with your partner, if that's the case. Your sleep will improve, and you will be able to finally give your internet-wired brain a moment of disconnected peace. If we are more rested, we are more focused, and if we are focused on what we do, especially in our jobs, there is a good chance we will end up doing more in less time. I think we can all agree that to free some more time for ourselves is pretty intriguing, so maybe being rested and unwired isn't that bad. Number 2, I know, you've seen it all, but believe me, meditation can be great help. And there are many forms of meditation. You don't even have to be seated. You can do a walking meditation or simply using mindful breathing. It only takes 3 minutes to be effective, and it only requires you to count as you breathe. A simple example of counted breathing can be breathe in, count 4, hold, count 4, and exhale, count 4. As I said, do this for about 3 minutes and you are done, but it will make you feel calmer and more present. There are different kinds of counting. Some help for anxiety relief, some are energizing, others are relaxing. And if you feel like doing something more challenging, try mindfulness. It takes up about 10 minutes, but the effect long term is really priceless. The trick with meditation, or in general with the mental well-being practice, is to take everything with tiny steps. To form new and stable habits that you won't leave behind in a few weeks or days, you need to take things slowly. They have to require a small amount of time. We must be really smart when dealing with our own behaviors. Our mind is not easily tricked. It tends towards stasis. Our brain always looks for the least friction it can get. So if you want to change some of your habits, you need to make it as easy as possible. Start small and slowly build up. Countless reading on the subject if you want. Maybe it could be in one of those books you're going to read in your new smartphone-free bedroom. Number 3. Another amazing habit that anyone can pursue is getting some natural light in your eyes as soon as you can after waking up. It goes along with avoiding a screen as first thing in the morning. The way natural light fires up your neural pathways after waking up leads to an increased release of cortisol, When cortisol gets released later in the day, it's strongly associated with anxiety, higher stress level, and depression. Light in the morning instead helps your body and your mind to release chemicals that will keep you ready and alert throughout the day. It's like a timer. Seeing natural light for 5 or 10 minutes right in the morning triggers a mechanism which will allow your body to release melatonin about 16 hours later in the day, making you feel more relaxed and sleepy when bedtime approaches. So go out, look at the sun, take a walk, or if the sky is overcast, catch some more light for a bit longer. Artificial light, I'm sorry, will not do. But if you're like me and you wake up before the sunrise, turn the lights on and try to expose yourself to as much light as you can. And when the sun finally gets up, get out. It's good for everyone. If you have seasonal disorders, or if you struggle to find motivation, if you are depressed or simply not feeling at your best. Light is a natural booster, but it needs to be taken in as soon as possible. Think about it as a medicine, because after all, what it triggers is not different from the effect of a drug. Number 4. This one is something easy. Get your thoughts on paper. I know, journalism is something a lot of people don't feel interested in, but I've got the solution even for the anti-journaling type, so bear with me a bit longer and keep watching. I've learned how useful it is to journal after a major surgery I had a few years ago. The doctor suggested me to write down about my pain and my journey toward recovery. Writing me allowed a more clear vision of what I was going through and made me see that even if slowly, my aches and my discomfort were diminishing. If I would just sit with my pain, I would have felt it was like impossible to bear. But by writing about it gave me a different perspective. I still do that today, and it helps me decipher how I really feel. Sometimes, whenever we have a bad day, everything looks awful and impossible, but if we put it on paper, it's easier to downgrade it to simply unpleasant or annoying. And for those who cannot think about writing a journal, I have an alternative solution for you. A gratitude journal or jar. Every day, or when you remember, you write down 3 things that you are grateful for. Pizza, your dog, the snow, whatever it is, your health, your family, your car, what you had for lunch. You can put your thoughts in a book like this one, or even make a jar that will sit on your counter or wherever you prefer, and you put your grateful thoughts in it. It works, believe me. And if you want scientific proof, there are thousands of studies on it to attest for it. Number 5. Last but not absolutely least. Plan. Yes, you heard it right. Just plan. Don't let your time roll over you or simply slip through your hands. Plan your days and make most of your time. If you continually have to shift your schedule to allow time for all the things that come up, you're gonna quickly feel overwhelmed. If instead you plan strictly or more loosely, depending on the type of person you are, you will free more time and energy to do other things, things you enjoy, things you keep promising yourself you are going to do. Plan with whatever works for you. Time blocking is a good solution, but you can simply give yourself a loose timetable and it will still help. And to be sure life doesn't just pass you by, plan a big and a small adventure every week. And this is what I meant by saying plan. Where a small adventure requires 30 minutes to an hour, a big adventure might require half a day. Small can be a lunch with a friend, a coffee with your dad, a show with your spouse, a visit to an art museum or an exhibition. Big can be a trip somewhere, a hike, a special afternoon with the kids or with friends. Or what about a sunny afternoon on the beach? Sounds good, right? It doesn't have to be fancy or expensive. It just has to give you the chance to make memories. Otherwise, every day will slowly start to look the same, which is not bad intrinsically, but on the long term, isn't it nice to look back and say, to remember that day that we... There are 168 hours in each week. There is no chance we don't have enough time to do all the things that we want to do. It's just about being realistic and honest with ourselves. Maybe we'll not go strength training every evening for 3 hours in the gym, but we can go twice a week and find time to see the people we care about. Watch a movie, read a book, plant those tiny seeds that you bought a long time ago. It's about making the most of what we have, and it always comes down to one last thing. Trying to waste less time on a phone, scrolling your time away. All of the things we talked about can improve your life significantly. But as I said before, you should take one tiny step at a time. Implementation here is the key, and there is no difference from which one you want to start from. And the road for self-improvement is dotted with interesting ideas and solutions. If you look, sooner or later, you'll find the one that fits you better. As usual, thanks for watching. I really hope the things we talked about today are useful for you. And until next time, take care. Ciao.